We're setting up here in Gothenburg, and I thought I'll show you around a bit on my updated tour rig. So the tour rig that you can see here is basically more or less the same that I've always had. This is my tour rig 4.0, I call it, because I've done some upgrades to it and changed out some things. And actually, this has now gone through a major update. Still, there is like a lot of synths that's been with me since day one, you could say. So the whole, well, at least the Poly 61 and the Poly 6 have always been with me. Same thing with the Juno 60, the Logan, the Alpha Juno 2, Alpha Juno 1, and my fantastic Monopoly, and the DRM1, Touched by Sound DRM1. This is a special one because you can get really high pitches on it that you can't get with a normal DRM1. So you can get really high pitches that you don't get on a like Mark II or Mark III or Mark IV. So this is perfect for effect type of sounds. So this is really nice. I have the clap muted so you can't hear it now, but the rest of them, yeah, the sounds. And so those are the ones that have always been with me. Also, I think I have a Marion Pro Synth in the rack and Oberheim tricks that I have in the rack that also been with me. And yeah, the Oberheim we have here in the Marion Pro Synth over there. And then actually the Jomox air-based drum machine has also been with me since the first tour. So, and oh yeah, and the MPX, MPX FX unit as well. So for this tour I brought with me also an TC, I think it's an M1 XL that has quite a nice reverb that I'm using. I have many eye connectivity MIDI interfaces. And the major update is this Behringer Wing rack that I have here, because it's really nice in sense of, yeah, I basically mixed the whole album with it. Or actually I used the normal Behringer Wing, but then for live I wanted the rack one, and the rack wasn't out when I started working on the album, but then later on it got out, so now I've changed all the mixes here, and the main job has been to transfer all my old songs to the Behringer Wing, and that has been like a real big work. I think I worked 3 months of that, and I still only have like a third of my old songs in the Behringer Wing, so there's a lot of work still to do, but now I have roughly 2 hours and 50 minutes of songs that I can perform live on my tour. And so yeah, so this helps a lot. So my mixing has gone a lot simpler because now everything happens in one mixer. Previously I had 2 different ones. And then I also have the CV gate interface basically, and there is a clap, just one clap machine here. And then I have a Dave Smith Tetra, which I also have quite a long time with me. This is a new one. This is a Strymon, what's it called really? A Volante, it's called. And that's a nice one as well. A tape delay basically. And then a big change has been these electro machines here. So instead of the TR-808, which is really valuable these days, I have an analog Rhythm Mark II, and I mean, it sounds really close. It's the only thing which is a bit not so good in it is the clap. I can't get like exactly the same as the TR-808, and the cymbal is also perhaps not exactly as my own 808 sounding, but the rest is really close and really good. So now it's like it's much more flexible than in comparison when I only had a TR-808. And then I have an analog 4 as well, and what this does on this tour is that it's basically mainly handling like some additional risers and hits, and also the Simmons the Simmons SDS5 tom sounds. So I programmed that into that one, and I got it really nicely sounding like a Simmons tom sound. So I'm really happy with that one as well. So it's quite fun because I'm a Swedish-speaking Finn, and now I have both Swedish synths here, the Electrons, and then I have a Finnish synth as well, the Supercritical Redshift 6. So this one I use quite a lot, and actually the guys at Supercritical told me that I was one of the inspirations for this synth because they wanted to make a synth that I would love, and it really did. So this has like, it's a 6-voice polyphonic analog synth and digitally controlled, And one of the best things about it is it has like 3 stereo pairs output, so I can like dynamically put out, I can redirect different sounds, I can play even 6 different sounds up to 1 if I want, and I can mute them. There is an arpeggio, there is a sequencer as well, and there is also built-in effects, and they keep on updating this all the time, and it has different characters. And the problem is, of course, that I can't, it has no keyboard. So, I used to have a small key step over here, but I realized it only had like a few keys, and so I couldn't play that much on it. And I have another problem, that's the monopoly. It's like when you connect the CV gates, then it disables the keyboard. So I can't play anything on it. So what I had to come up with a workaround. So what I did, I'm routing out from the Alesis Andromeda A6 MIDI. So then I can control, for instance, now I'm playing the monopoly. And then I can play also, I can control several of them, because it became a bit complex. So I have MIDI out going out here, and it goes out to this splitter, but this splitter only controls like some of the synths. So then I have a link cable, MIDI cable going out from here into the second splitter, and then I can control other synths as well. For instance, let me see if I can find the sound here. Just a second. Number 74, and that controls the supercritical synth. So then I can play the intro for Murdoch's Revenge, which goes like this. That gives me a lot of flexibility, because I don't need, I can play on the Andromeda, which has a great keyboard, and I can play other synths as well that are only as modules. So yeah, I'm really excited about this setup, because it actually opens up a lot of doors for me, and I can't wait to get started on the next album, because there is a lot of things I can do. The electron sequencers, I would love to work more on those. Right now they are basically just as sound modules, but they have fantastic built-in sequencers. Same thing with the supercritical R6, it also has a great sequencer that I would love to do more things with in the future. So in all, the rack is much more nicer these days. I'll show you the backside on it. So it's like, and I have the patch bay for the wing. You can see a lot of cables going in down here, and the cables are, well, basically it's just a patch bay or a preamp connected to the Behringer wing rack. And let's go behind and see here. This is also much cleaner than it used to be. It's like now I'd only need to put the CV gate cables in place, and they are neatly on the top, and a couple of more connectors, like a MIDI cable for controlling the wing, and then a digital audio cable for the second rack, which I have over here. And on the second rack, not much interested to see on the back side, so let's go around it. On top of it, you can see my video laptop, basically running the video for the show, and I can control it using my MPC sequencer. And now in the place where I used to have the 808, you can see I put the Hypersynth Xeno 2. And I have a Xeno 2, I call it. It's like a Xenophone. I have 2 of them. This is the second one, so I call it Xeno 2. And then I have the other Hypersynth Xenophone here. I use quite a lot, mainly for kick and snare. When I want like a Siemens type of kick and snare, I use this one. This is now taped because I have a power switch problem. I hadn't had time to replace the power switch, so there is an ugly tape hanging over there. But otherwise, it's a really nice shape. But I have to be careful with that one. And then I have the my M Audio trigger finger, it's called, and of course my Andromeda. The last thing I think which is new on the set is the Polybrute 12. So now I can do really nice, because it's such a fantastic keyboard, I can do like really nice sounding, you could say Blade Runner types of sounds with it, like. And it has a poly aftertouch, so I can really like control them separately. So the keyboard is fantastic on this one. The Polybrute 6 has a bit of a flimsy keyboard, but this is really solid, and this is my new favorite keybed. I really like it. So yeah, really nice. Actually, I did a few patches for Arturia, and you can download them on Arturia's, the Polybrute Connect, I think it's called, the librarian, and you can just download the latest factory patches. And there is like an additional bank of new factory presets, and I have like 10 or 12 different, I think it's 16 presets along there. One of the sounds is this one that I just played for you. And then there is this new rack as well. Now we actually, there is my light tech guy has actually I don't know even what it is, but it's for the lights, just so we could remove a few boxes. I think in the end I now have like 3 of the MIDI, the eye connectivity MIDI splitters and filters, and then there is one more preamp over here which is connected to the wing rack. So this was actually, I think, a much more faster video than the previous one, but actually I think I forgot in the last video. You can also check my older video where I presented an older version of this rig. But yeah, somebody asked me then about what do I have on the pedal board, so let's go through the pedal boards. Basically I have a small stone phaser for the Logan, and that goes in series to an MXR flanger. It's actually the Eddie Van Halen flanger, but I mean it doesn't need to, I don't use the preset at all. I only use it for the chase song because that needs a flanger. Then I have a sustain pedal for the Alpha Juno 2 and a sustain pedal for the Juno 60. And then I have a control pedal for the Alesis Andromeda A6 that I only use for the Top Gun anthem song. And then we have on the other pedal board we have Sansamp GT2, which is basically an analog distortion and an amp simulator, analog amp simulator, and one more, the third eye connectivity MIDI splitter and filter. So yeah. That's in a nutshell the new rig. I hope I will see you all on tour, or at least some of you on the tour. And yeah, I'm looking forward to making more music with this rig now.